Hello everyone, I'm Razgriz, and today I'm starting a new mod pack called Skygreg. Skygreg is a skyblock mod pack based around Greg Tech. Greg Tech, as its name suggests, is a tech mod that completely overhauls the normal Minecraft progression. The aim of this pack is to play through all the different ages of Greg Tech and see how far we can actually get with it. To make the start easier, this pack begins us with some items that'll make it much easier for us to progress. For example, an angel ring, which grants us creative flight. We also get a building wand. That'll make building significantly easier at the beginning, and it starts us off with a full AE2 system. Full of 64k drives. Resource generation is done primarily through these simple resource generators, which we can see is already granting us some achievements. You can also already see we have cobblestone ticking away, along with dirt on the other side. So, let's start with looking at some of the beginnings in the quest log book. It is noted that this is a work in progress pack, and quests are not done yet. There are several different useful things you can find. We have access to the home command, working for sapling and plant growth, FTB ultimine, multiple garbage cans, chunk claiming, extreme sound buffer to help you mute stuff you don't want to hear, along with some other fun packs, fun mods. It has been noted that Greg Tech is not always the best for moving items, so it has several other mods like Razor.io and Ender.io, but we'll see how that pans out. Passive mobs will be gained just by flying away or by using delightful dirt from mob grinding utils. Yeah, mob grinding utils. So, to begin with, we need rubber. And don't do what I did when I was first trying out this pack and completely negate this wonderful netherite hammer, which will allow us to mine everything we need at the start pretty easily. Now, as far as starting items, because I have the quest book bound to a hotkey, I don't need the book, and don't need the menu for the one probe, as I like it the way it is by default. So, to start with, we get an ender pouch. The crushing hammer is used to do the traditional stone to cobblestone, or cobblestone to gravel, gravel to sand, sand to dust. And we get an ender pouch as a start. And then, I honestly have no idea what these chests are, other than they seem to hold a lot. So, you can use the wand to place down a lot of stuff very quick, and get us a lot of saplings and this plant fiber. The other things we want to do. And when you place an item in your offhand with the building wand, it will place that item down for you. Use the netherite hammer to turn cobblestone to sand, cobblestone to gravel. Gravel to sand. And then sand into dust. The dust can then be used on this primitive water condenser to make clay. So to begin with, I'm going to start with just grabbing a large amount of logs to start out with. And you want to be more careful than I am and not make sure you don't accidentally convert all your grass into dirt. And using the netherite hammer, we'll use the random ore generator. Generate. Well, that's interesting. Oh, that's right. All of these have to be broken and placed back down once to function. And as you can see, it will generate every basically ore that you will ever need. And this is why having access to an AE2 system at the beginning is extremely useful, as Greg adds a massive amount of different ores. And I will demonstrate also how the rock conversion generator works. It works by placing in an ore, and then it will generate ores of that type. Now, this is a good way to focus mine specific items, in this case coal. As with Greg Tech, you need to first get the raw coal and then actually smelt it, make it into coal. And then also while doing this, you'll get some of these miscellaneous dust that could be then used to make clay balls, which is needed for a bunch of crafts along with the regular clay. One of the things I do want to do is make gravel. One of the first recipes that you'll find out has been changed is the furnace. The furnace requires flint to make, which can be gathered through either the vanilla method of just mining gravel, or once you can make one, you can use a mortar to also make flint. So we'll start out with probably 4 here. So a lot of the beginning is definitely grindy still, but definitely not as bad as some other packs. And you could very easily just switch out to a new ore. So using F7, you can toggle on the light overlay mod, which is a bit hard to see, as I do have shaders on right now. By default, you look up light overlay and go into config. By default, it will have a secondary light level set to, I believe it's 7. It's not really needed in this version of Minecraft, as mob spawning only occurs at light level 0. So I turn it off, so I just only have it show when I have light levels that'll reach 0. You can see they were a little generous with putting the torches around. And one of the first things I want to make is a bed. Now, beds are crafted differently in this pack. As with most things, Greg Tech changes just about every recipe you can find. So, make this. Actually gonna start out with looking at the different tools. And actually, as I say that, I think probably grab some iron first. One of the things I'm going to first do is make wrought iron, as that has some higher durability than using iron items. Because I probably going to need basic tools. Yeah, I'm just going to need a hammer to start out with, which is only 6. So, one of the key steps with this is every build, every item craft basically requires some sort of tool to make. Whether it be a hammer, wrench, wire cutters, a saw, screwdriver, or a file. So, one of the first things we're gonna do is we're gonna start making some of these tools so we can have them on hand, start using. And with water, you can make gravel. So, all these tools are used for varying tasks. They are both used in crafts and as ways to interact with the various machines and cables, which we'll see later if we get that far. So, let's get back to making a bed. And use the plant fiber to make some lime green wool. Use it for carpet, which will allow us to make a lime green bed, which will now allow us to sleep through the nights and not have to deal with phantoms. So, using the law converter, I'm going to make some different ore setups for our basic generation. So, what we need is some raw ores, which I might not have everything that I want. So what I want to do is wait till I get one of the sands. Which I just goofed. So if I understand this correctly, we're going to put that there, and this mine's much quicker than a regular complex and gives us the raw coal that we need. What I want to do is do that for as many of them as I can. And if you use a saw, you will get twice as much oak planks. One of the things I'm going to make is a hammer version of this. Or blah, a diamond version of this. I don't want to. And then what I also want to make is a chest to store some of this stuff. So, it was about now when I started to go ooh shiny and farmed ores and smelting them for 2-ish hours. By the end I had around 1200 of each copper, iron, tin, diamond, redstone, and some other stuff. So I'm gonna end the video here at this point. For the next episode, I plan to start out with making just a simple mob farm so that I can get some ender pearls and armor. Apotheosis is in this mod, so mobs will drop armor and weapons, which probably won't mean much in this pack, but it's nice to have. Along with that, I'm going to also get into the first tier of Greg Tech and start making the first tier coke oven. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment any suggestions or ideas or anything else you want below.